Hi guys, welcome to my channel, or welcome back to my channel. My name is Gitana. If you're new here, please consider sticking around, subscribe and hit the notification icon bell when you do, so you know when I upload. Okay, that's the housekeeping out of the way. All done. That's simple. No, I'm just kidding. Welcome everybody, all of the new subscribers and my long-time subscribers. Hi, welcome and thank you again. So we're back with Renegade. First time, Renegade? Renegades? Is this, I can't, oh, shut up. Okay. This one, this, when I say this was requested, I got bombarded in the best way with people asking me to do this one. So this is Money Game Part 3. Now, if you don't know, I get Donovan to line them up for me. So he doesn't pick them exclusively. We go through the comments, we go into Patreon, but I go into them completely not knowing, often not knowing which genre. Now, obviously, this is Ren. I just realised I said this is Ren, so we know what genre it is. Lie. You never know with Ren. You never know. He can do it all. Okay. Why was I even talking about the fact that I don't know. Okay. Shall we move along? Let's do that. Official music video. Okay, so Money Game. I've been told, Donovan said, look, you're not going to cry at this one. Because I was crying in the last bunch. He said this one, but I'm a cry baby. He said this one won't make me cry. So, we'll see. And you know what? If I do pause this one, it will simply be because I want to give commentary. Yeah, it's always an absolute pleasure to be reacting to Ren again. And so many of you guys that have been here for a bit, and I know probably mostly listen to maybe country or even rock, are just loving Ren. You're loving Ren, you're loving it, and I'm loving it with you. So let's get into it. Oh. I'm gonna go back. I know I just ruined a beautiful moment. I'm gonna go back. Just let me take out my nervous gum because I don't want to choke. And yes, I have gum because I get nervous and it just helps. Anyway, let me go back. Wow. That right there was almost giving me Phantom of the Opera. Now I know it didn't sound like it, but it was just the intensity. Fun fact, I love musical theatre. I know it doesn't sound like that, but... Oh! Now I'm confused. Is that... Money Game Part 3. Samuel... Okay. Just don't know what's coming. Is that Ren? Hi, Ren. tell her.
Let me tell you a story about a boy named Jimmy. 1 year old and his first words were mine, gimme. 2 years old he was walking, 3 years old walking quickly. 4 years old he was running round the pavements of his city. 5 years old and his daddy told him, listen here son, you gotta learn to be a man. A man, he works for what he wants. 6 years old and he's reading, writing, top of the bunch. And when he's 7, his progression made him student number 1. 8 years old and he's praised for unusual grades. 9, his parents paid for private school to nurture the flame. 10, 11, 12, 13, he ascends and ascends. His daddy tells him, son, money is the means to all ends. 14, solving complex mathematical equations. At 15, IQ 150, still elevating. 16, he develops complex software code that detects weaknesses in cybersecurity protocols. 17, and he sells his vision, keeping the share. Not yet an adult, but he's practically a millionaire. 18, and his daddy tells him, now you're a man. This world don't give a damn about you, so take all that you can. 19, he turns a profit, stocks and shares, invest in product. 20, double down deposits. 21, his income rockets. 22, he learns the truth is just an obstacle to wealth. If you manipulate the data, then a lie will sell itself. 23, a life of luxury, crystal and...
Okay, let me go back. Okay. So, with my Ren reactions, I don't have to pause. But I need to, I'm picking up what he's putting down, but I want to make sure everybody is, because some people are very new to Ren and also the style of music. So just give me a second. I don't want it to come across as like condescending or annoying. I just want to make sure we're absorbing the whole story here.
A profit, stocks and shares, invest in product. 20, double down deposits. 21, his income rockets. 22, he learns the truth is just an obstacle to wealth. If you manipulate the data, then a lie will sell itself. 23, a life of luxury, crystal and cocaine. 24, he makes the Forbes list, they're applauding his name. 25, and his daddy tells him, listen here son, while you're sitting in that palace, that don't mean that you won. 26, a business shift, he switches business to arms. He's 27, dealing nuclear and shells in Iran. 28, inside the Senate, money bought him a seat. He's 29, a role of counsel in the president's suite. Now he's 30, his daddy says you're losing the race. You're just a servant to the king, not even in second place. 31, a big maneuver for his daddy's approval, moving imports over borders from the exports out of Cuba. 32, moving grams, growing kilos to tons. He's 33, filling warehouses with powder and guns. 34, turf war with nobody to stop it. Blind eye from the po-po inside of his pocket. 35, he gets a call. I'm sorry son, but it's your father. Had a heart attack, I'm sorry, he's gone. 36, getting pissed off, abusing his product. 37, eyes glazed, disposition demonic. 38, with a prostitute, a moment of passion, heating up a silver spoon and then chasing the dragon. 39, getting reckless and hungry for power. Daddy's words are still driving him to kill and devour. Makes a move against the cartel, but the strategy's flawed. They retaliate and leave him in a hospital ward. A bullet buried in his vertebra and one in his leg. The doctor sighs and says, I don't think you'll be walking again. Fuck.
Wow. Okay. Are you keeping up? I'm keeping up just about, but I'm keeping up. Shit. I knew it was going to be a ride, but I'm never ready. I'm just never ready. I think I'm ready, and I'm just never ready for the genius that is Ren. I don't care if it sounds like I'm kissing ass. I'm really not. He really is a genius. I don't know. Some people don't like being called a genius. A musical genius, lyrical genius, poet. I don't know. There's lots of ways to say it. Ren's got something to say. And that is something that actually, I'm not even going to say this generation. It's not. I don't think it is at all. I think it's some artists sing. I don't know. I don't say they sing for different reasons. Shit, what am I trying to say? I know what I'm trying to say. I'm just so worried about offending someone. So fuck it. I'm going to say what I'm trying to say. What I'm trying to say is Ren has something to say and he says it. You know? Not everyone can do that. There's some phenomenal singers. There's some phenomenal rappers, artists, voices, songwriters. But there are few that have something to say that's worthwhile saying and say it in such an artistic way. Okay, let's go.
Let me tell you a story about a boy named Jimmy. He was 40 and he cursed the words mine, mine, gimme. 41 he wasn't walking, 42 not walking quickly, 43 never running round the pavements of his city, 44 inside a palace with a mountain of gold. But those riches turn to rubble when perspective evolves. Weighing heavy on his conscience is the value of gold. Lamborghini for a life, trading money for souls. Jimmy followed the code inside the land of the free. Put your hand inside the cookie jar, take more than you need. And his example is exaggerated versions of me. And it's a version of him, and it's a version of she, and it's a version of you. There's no escaping the blame. The way we live is parasitic. Fuck for money and fame. Cut the music.
Wow.
This isn't entertainment. This is real life. The way we live is lunacy. Community, it declines. Hyperpolarized, always fighting, then we divide. Truth is less important than the money that we designed. Money's an invention. Politics from our invention. They all come from people's ideas. Did I mention? Border's an invention. Law and order fuel the tension. It leads to people killing each other. My solution?
Hey. Hey up.
Everything is subject to change. We could build utopias if individuals were taught to use their brains. But if we teach kids in schools to always be sheep and put themselves before the herd if there's more money for me, then there's no future I see where the humans survive. We're parasites inside a petri dish with cannibal minds. Mold will grow upon the surface then consumes till it dies. And our fate could be the same without this story to the wise. "45. Jimmy comes home out of the rain, soaking wet upon a wheelchair, drinking again. He is everything he wants, he is fortune and fame. He's a fortunate fool with an unfortunate fate. With a 45 caliber aimed at his brain. 45 a fitting number cause his age is the same. Here's the words of his father, it's such a damn shame. Then he presses on the trigger of a money game.
Well, I asked Donovan, who lines the videos up for me, if this one was sad. And he kind of lied. He kind of said no. Oh, oh, of course it's sad. And I'm sorry. I know I cry a lot in my videos, and I'm trying to get a bit tougher. But if something hits, it hits. Whew, okay. Money is. It is the root of all evil. Some people may disagree with that. Again, he's left me fucking stumped. Every time. Oh, every time I'm trying to think of something clever, trying to think of something that you want to hear me say, trying to think of something that's like, I don't know, a clever critique of the song or the way it was, and I don't have one. I really don't have one. I can't explain it. I said it in my last reaction to Ren. Few people stump me for words. Especially when they're just spitting absolute facts. And those facts are sometimes deeply painful for the state of our world right now. Not just country, the world. And again, I'll go back to my previous statement, because I can only react how I know how, which is just a blur. So we're blurring. Ren really is so important. He's so important. And I don't mean that to put like such a weight on one person, but everything he's done so far, everything he puts out so far that I've heard is so important, because he reminds us all that we're human, and we're all having a very human experience, and that we all fall into these traps of societal norms and money and things that don't matter, right? It just happened right there in this story. Things that don't matter. And as parents, we have such... Oh, this is going to make me emotional. We have such an obligation to teach our kids. We know about the things that we should teach them, right? We know about look both ways before you cross the road, stranger danger. We know, but it's really important to teach them the things that no one else is going to. And also, it's finding that age, that right age, to start incorporating these hard truths and discussions with our kids, to our kids. And the reason I'm talking about our children, I'm a parent, a lot of you are parents, and I've even passed the stuff I've listened to Ren on to my kids to listen to, and it hits them. And he's so important. He's so important for that. He's reaching people. I've said it and I'll say it again. He's reaching people across channels, across borders, across generations, because he has that human factor. Besides his absolute, genius of music and the way he can play it and write it and put the stories across, he's so important. Because you don't often come across storytellers like Ren that can get through to people, because especially the younger generation, because they don't know who to trust. I mean, shit, we don't even know who to trust, right? And it's not that he's going to tell you who to trust. He's just going to remind you every time you might forget that just humanity, be kind, be humble, just be a force for good. You know? Every time I come away from one of his songs, he's such a force for good. Well done, Ren. Thank you, Renegades. Thank you, everybody, for passing this on to me again. Another one I can whack on my playlist. And I can't wait. I can't wait for the next part. I'm presuming there's another part but I don't know why I started with part 3. Do you know? I don't know. I was told to do it that way. But I really hope you enjoyed this. I'm sorry about my rambling. This was a little rambly, this one, but Ren tends to get me that way. I'm a little skittish at the best of times, but I'm always honest. Look, I'm not gonna like make up a reaction. I can only tell you one more thing before I go. I promise I'm going. Is every time I react to Ren, I think I said this last time, I get so frustrated with myself. I go away, I listen to it again, or when editing and we're going through, and I'm like, oh, I should have said that. I could have said this, because it's what I'm thinking the second time around. It always happens with Ren. Always happens. I've got so much to say, like on the second listen. I don't know why. I'm just always stumped on the first listen. Do you guys have that problem? I don't know. I loved it. Thank you so much, and thank you for watching with me. And I will link it down below, as I always do. I will link all of Ren's socials and things down below. Oh, there's some real interesting covers coming up from Ren. So please stay tuned, and other artists too. Lots of other artists and other genres too. So yeah, thank you for being here. I really hope you enjoyed it. Smash the thumbs up if you did, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye guys.